It's the landscaping show with attitude.
Want to give me a call back when you get your ass out of bed?
It's tough.
This is a tough site.
I don't think it gets any harder than this.
It's rough. Sometimes it's mean.
You're a loser.
So it's amazing we can actually make the gardens look this good.
The appeal of a lawn bowling green in the morning is irresistible. I'm Joel. This is Kennedy, James, and Lauren. And Dirty Business likes a little low-stress, highly starched competition now and again. It's a kinder, gentler way to get grass stains.
Now I'm going to turn you all into great bowlers. It's not actually round, it's a little bit egg-shaped. It will always roll in toward the jack.
What's a jack?
That's the jack.
Oh, that's a jack.
To be a lawn bowler, you should be a team player.
I'm about to take both of them out.
Oh, that's way too hard.
I'd like to introduce you to James Free Money Dale.
Remember the word smooth.
Smooth.
We're hopeless.
People may not think it's very demanding, but it can be. Oh my gosh.
It's harder than it looks. Well, part of it at least.
Yes, Fred.
This place reminds me of our next client's front yard. It may be as flat as this, but holds none of the charm.
It's not a big project, but it's a great end of the season project so we can wrap things up. I mean, we might get stung and we might have a week of work that we have to finish next spring.
So why even bother starting just weeks before the first snowfall? We'll let Jennifer tell it.
It's kind of like a parking lot or an airport landing strip. We did a massive renovation, and it's a holdover from what was here before. We've been desperate to make it look a lot better.
The client's taking this project on now, I think because they've aced it inside, the interior is beautiful, and now it's time for the landscape.
We were kind of looking to ride the knife edge between modern and traditional, if that's possible.
They're also looking for a defined walkway, so it has some character. They're looking still to accommodate parking for a car and a half and soften it with plant material.
We're hoping to get the yard done before the snow falls because we want to start the spring fresh.
The only problem is the client won't be able to appreciate their plant material because it's going in end of the year.
We've been looking forward to this for a long time, and we're super happy to finally have it going.
And who better to get it rolling than Lauren, our chief designer.
The things that are the most important, of course, even though it seems like a minor thing, are locating the sidewalk so I know the distances from the house to the sidewalk for square footages of material that we require and the type of plant material we can put in.
Right now it's all parking. We want to soften up the entrance to their house, give them a little bit more curb appeal, but still allow for a couple cars to park there, but have a nice entry.
Oh, we have a great picture of Jennifer's house. It's at the moment of a nuclear explosion.
Well, wonderful. Printer's doing a great job.
Basically, it's all lock stone.
Room for 3 cars now,
Room for
right?
3 cars.
Right.
And they're saying they're willing to go down to 1.5.
Oh, how do they drive the half car?
It's just this half, it's cut right in half, and they balance it.
The only thing that's going to do anything for this front is some vertical element.
Even the pattern of the paving in the parking space is going to be important because that's going to add architectural element to it. And it is a heritage area, so it's a beautiful Victorian neighborhood.
Yeah.
One thing everybody should know is that they want a defined walkway.
Well, wait a sec. There's quite a bit of room here. It's quite a wide lot, so I think there's lots of opportunity here to have a garden as well.
Yeah.
And a walkway.
Just don't let the car pull up in front of the stairs. I hate when driveways, your car is pulled up and the stairs are in front of your car.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's a great point.
It drives me crazy.
This is a long walkway, and this is their kitchen table, and it's open all the way to the back.
So when they're walking down the hallway, the view right out the front door, and it's got a glass front door, it goes right to the sidewalk, basically, in the street. So it'd be nice to have some sort of vista. So the cars can still park here.
So with some room to plant in here, which is great. And then definitely to get something going along across the front here.
Yeah.
But you know what? I gotta give these guys 100% credit for taking away some of this hardscape. Good job.
We love it. will Jennifer?
Hi, Jen. How are you?
Hi, Joel. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. A bit of a rainy day.
Yes,
How are
perfect
things?
day.
It's always great when you can come into people's homes and see their exterior and see how the flow is. There's this beautiful access and flow with the house, and so we're trying to pick up on that and sort of stop your eye from just going right to park cars and asphalt and put in some plant material.
Okay, that's great.
And then we wanted to clad this existing timber wall.
Yes.
I just wanted to actually make sure that that's okay with the neighbors.
Yeah,
or if
we
still have
talked to our
them?
neighbor, and he was delighted, and he said maybe you could do it on his other side too.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
And I guess the only thing I'm not completely clear on is how we're managing the elevation here.
The intention is to take this dilapidated wall out and rebuild it. I'm really excited to take out this weed tree.
Yeah.
Because there's a beautiful crabapple in there.
Yeah, there's
And-
actually 2 different types of crabapple in there, oddly enough. It really is beautiful, so we'd like to keep it.
Absolutely.
Along with the weed tree, we're shedding the tired interlock pavers. They're off to be recycled. And that tree is history. So is the pressure-treated retaining wall. It might be late in the year, but it might as well be spring.
So how's it looking?
It's looking good. We got everything, all the shrubberies out, and we're gonna start putting in some timbers for the retaining wall.
It's amazing how that even makes a big difference, eh? This line here, realizing how much room they actually use for their car, might come down a little bit. If we can give them more planting as opposed to hardscape, that'd be great.
For being little more than a parking pad, this place is jammed with stuff. Now that's a clean slate.
It's not even 8:30. These guys don't get out of bed till 10.
I'm afraid I can't take your call right now, so please leave a message. Thank you very much.
Hey Joel, it's Kevin here. Just got a little situation. Want to give me a call back when you get your ass out of bed? Talk to you later. Loves that voice. Loves it. I don't know why. It's creepy.
We're making it way better by reducing the size of the parking and increasing the size of the plantings. Get this guy a talent agent, quick.
I broke it!
Yeah, right.
That's nice and level.
Excellent.
New pressure-treated wood for the timber walls is going in, and we're cladding it in cedar for a combo of strength and beauty. Once that's done, the guys prepare the parking pad surface for some new pavers. And because of that, we've got to land on just the right kind.
What do you got for me today?
Well, boss,
What do you got for me today?
Get over here.
It's coming down to Belden paver,
Yeah, one of my favorite.
natural flagstone, banding.
My second favorite.
Yep. Well, just as a banding, it would be a little too much to do the whole driveway out of this, or asphalt.
Asphalt, I think, is great for a big driveway filler, and then maybe doing some banding. But when you're dealing with a little downtown property,
Might overwhelm.
yeah, it might.
The client has, is interested in doing something that would be a bit more environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
The Belden paver being a little more porous between the cracks and everything might be a better option.
I mean, it's a real clay paver with some stone aggregates added to it, so frost doesn't damage it. So it's really designed to go in the ground.
I think that makes for a really nice color combo. And the client does want a defined walkway, so it might be that this is what we use for the driveway, and this would be a nice thing to use for the walkway. But you know what? What do you think for pattern?
I'm a huge believer in the good old herringbone 45 angle to the house.
Yeah, that creates a bit more interest when you're doing it.
That is the right way to do it.
Yeah, sounds great. Okay, I'm gonna bounce that off Jen, and we'll go from there. Thanks.
That was the thing that we agonized over most. We wanted to be environmentally friendly. We wanted it to fit in. We wanted it to be practical. And so we landed with the brick that we think is the perfect choice. It works really well with the house, and we just like the fact that it's a bit different from what you usually see.
As winter creeps closer and closer, the flagstone arrives. And to the client, they look a lot bigger in person than on paper. She's having second thoughts about the size of the driveway.
Oh yeah. Hey Joel, Kevin here.
Yikes, I guess I should check my messages more often.
Get your ass out of bed?
Turns out that 1.5 parking spots are a bit impractical. So we're eating into the service berries to buy the rest of a second space.
She wants it on 2 feet. I think we'll take it from the planter bed. I'm gonna try and make it more like 18 inches.
Okay. Talk to you later, Joel.
See ya.
I hate it when he does that. So while the flagstones go in, we're finalizing the planting.
Parking lots can be beautiful.
Yes.
It's just choosing the right plant material that's going to go in there.
Could be a nice sort of Acer Janella, like a flame maple, but in a standard form, or, you know, serviceberry or something along those lines. I think something that doesn't get massive.
Right. When cars are parking, when people are walking, it's not going to poke them in the eye, so it has to have something that's high and bushy. So
Yeah, and it's has a bit of a formal feel. So I think it might be nice to look at like some nice clipped yew on the back planting bed, and on the front planting bed, some nice clipped boxwood, so it has a nice tiered
You're a
effect
genius.
as you come
Did you know
up.
that?
And then maybe some grasses or something to loosen it up.
in the center.
Yes.
And I guess another challenge will be to have some foundation planting. That's often the toughest plant to choose, I find. You know what would be good to add in here is lavender and beech.
She likes lavender.
Does she?
Actually, yeah.
Did we mention echinacea?
Echinacea, I think we should try and go after the white. Everybody uses the purple. I really like the white echinacea.
Yes, so do I. It's
that
kind of
lime.
creamy. Isn't it kind of creamy?
Beautiful.
But
And actually, the beech could even continue a little bit on the other side just to balance it out
oh,
a
I
little
see.
as well.
On this side, let's just try to screen that off, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to work with the existing crabapple. Maybe we could plunk in a couple more.
That might be a good idea.
We'll go with that.
All right, can we go to the nursery now?
Let's go take a look again.
Okay.
Who are we kidding? Nursery? Not a good idea with this kind of weather. In fact, it's even stopped the project in its tracks. Luckily, the snow didn't hang around, so we can get the pavers down in our focal herringbone pattern. Even if Jennifer wanted to go, there's not much to see at a nursery this time of year. She's going to have to go on pictures. And so I was thinking that we could go with an amelanchier, which is a type of serviceberry.
Okay.
Beautiful white flower, wonderful berry in the summer.
What color are berries in the summer?
A red berry, and the great thing is they're not messy. But the other possibility might be a magnolia. And they're a little temperamental.
The magnolias are hard to keep up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to have both delivered.
All right.
And we'll take a look and see which ones are the best.
Okay.
So we have an evergreen magnolia, which is a little bit out of the zone here.
But it's zonal denial.
It's zonal denial. We're in a hefty case of zonal denial.
That's it.
Or the amelanchiers. And I love the magnolias for being evergreen and having winter interest.
Yeah.
I just can't handle when things look out of context. I'm leaning towards the amelanchiers. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you with the amelanchiers.
The fall color, I love it.
Yeah, I love it too, and I think that I feel, looking at those magnolias, I feel like I may be in England, or I might be in the Carolinas or something.
Yeah. All right, and they don't look like a lot right now.
Yeah.
But they're going to look great for 3 other seasons of the year. And actually, you know what? Once they're uplit and they have everything else going around the bottom of them, I think they'll look really dynamite.
There's only one problem.
Hello, Peter.
Hi, Peter. This is Mrs. Jones. How are you?
Hi, yeah, you're good. Yourself?
Very good. I was just wondering about this order. It's not all here.
How do you mean it's not all there?
Where are the rest of the plants?
Which west of what?
Yew, boxwood, beech, lavender, echinacea, grasses, some carex. Can you have it here tomorrow?
I can see what I can do. It might not be first thing, but it'll be there. Okay, I will work on it, my friend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pete.
We've been watching it sort of come together through snow and rain and mud. Until yesterday, it was hard to see what it was going to look like with plants, but I think now it's really starting to take shape.
The plants have arrived. It's a chilly day, and the perennials are looking a little smaller than I would have liked. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. They're going to be probably 2 or 3 feet high by midsummer next year. It's just, it doesn't always look great to clients. But I'm really happy with the crab apples. They look beautiful. These are ornamental crab apples. These berries stay on all winter. It stays nice and small, and it's not messy. And to me, this is great winter interest.
My favorite plants, I think, are the service berries. I really love the shape of them, and I love how they look from inside. I think those are my favorite right now.
These are beech, which is one of our favorites around the office. It's great for hedging, but we've brought them in small here, so we're going to have a nice sort of hedging wall across the front of the house. And actually, one of the things I'm really excited about with this planting plan is because the outside of the bed is square, we're going to do an oval shape on the inside. And then it's going to have free-flowing ornamental grasses
coming from within the box, so it would end within the U.
Hey, you remember way back when?
So it's not a big project, but it's a great end of the season project, so we can wrap things up. I mean, we might get stung and we might have a week of work that we have to finish next spring.
Well, we got stung. At least we've got something beautiful to look forward to come spring. Now with spring here, we've got to spruce it all up before we can show it off.
Claire,
Hey,
how
honey.
are you?
Okay.
Good to see you. It looks great.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
Even a low-maintenance garden requires a little bit of something, right?
That's it. All our clients ask for no maintenance. Now I say, can't do no maintenance, but we can keep it low maintenance. So
That's true.
Yeah.
One of the great things, a cultivator.
Yep.
If you did it like every week, lightly cultivate it, keeps the weeds like way down because you're killing them when they're a few centimeters high.
Well, yeah, the roots can't get
Yeah.
established, I guess. So
Yeah,
it
that's
makes-
right. You're getting them when they're seedlings,
Yeah.
right? And then, throwing, really good top quality soil on top in the spring, it really darkens up the soil, really, really gives it great nutrition. It's like this serviceberry, right? It's a great tree. You want to look at sort of 4 things: dead, diseased, damaged, and interfering. Well, there's really no dead on it. There's no diseased. There might be a broken, twig or something in here, and then interfering. You want to take stuff that's crossing back.
Right.
That's just not pleasing to the eye, and ultimately it's not very healthy for the plant.
Right.
So we take out things that are kind of going off in a wrong direction at an early age,
Gotcha.
so that we have a mature plant that has a really great shape.
Well, it's looking great. I'll let you go with it, and
Okay.
I'm on my way. Ciao, babe.
Excellent.
Oh, beautiful
Walkway, man,
job,
that side.
Joel.
Beautiful herringbone.
This is great. Love it.
This was a tough site, man.
This is a site that you probably wouldn't get totally like, wow, thrilled, enamored about, because it's parking cars. And then get as creative as possible to still include definition to a walkway and make it feel lush and green and beautiful with plant material. One hell of a nice parking pad.
We are just so happy that it's done because it was just such a nightmare before.
I love using the description of train wreck for how it was, and I think it's been wonderfully cleaned up.
It just seems like it was meant to be. It just relates so well to the house, the colors and the textures.
This driveway doesn't look harsh.
It's kind of warm, actually.
Yeah, I don't mind looking at this. It makes the house, it actually shows it off well. It's kind of cool.
Warm color.
We went with the Belden paver, which we've used in the past, but it's beautiful.
It feels restful somehow to me because it's linear without being overly formal.
So nice the transition between where the pedestrian walkway is and where the car will park.
I think that idea that it's not just a straightforward walkway when you step out, so there's some interest. It has a slight jog in it. Plant material breaks it up a little bit.
A great design tip for anybody working on their own home is consider every different angle. There's 360 degrees that have to be considered. And here, I realized on leaving their house, their focal out their door from the inside of the house is hugely important. So hence, 2 beautiful standard service berries went in to soften your eye and stop your eye on something beautiful.
In the springtime, they flowered and you can see them from inside the house when we're eating. So that's really nice.
We tried to work with the existing crabapple and put in 3 more, so that should really help soften it and make it for a beautiful flower in the springtime.
So with the planting plant, all plants have an important role. What we like to do is to work with the larger plants and work your way down. So from trees to shrubs to perennials. And then it becomes detailed right down to each perennial.
It is a young garden. What will this will look like in a couple of years will be dramatically different. So, just remember that.
When this
Leaving
fills in,
soil
it'll
around.
really be
absolutely
extraordinary.
It's not our job to overwhelm the house with plant material or make it too scarce with plant material. It's just trying to hit that right balance so that it complements the house.
It completely fit with the house, and that's completely a testament to Joel and his design team.
It's a very distinct type of neighborhood. There's a lot of sort of older brick homes. It's downtown. So I feel like the garden really reflects that. The Belden paver helps to tie that in. And then it's complemented with plant material.
Even though it's a parking pad, it will have a lushness when it grows in, and it's already well on its way.
Excellent.
All right, see you.
I'm in for an ale myself. this door anyway.
James!
Stud here. Oh, right there.
Where's the stud?
Right there.
All right.
Don't punch
Where's
here.
the stud? Right there.
Don't punch here.
You really want to tear that thing down? Why are you forcing it? I'm not the violent one in this group.
Okay, that wall's coming out.
Just to make it perfectly clear, that will never air on TV. Can we get back to business here? This is freaking me out.
Hi, we're home.